A belt can low perfectly intact and still be telling you that failure has already begun. The evidence may appear as a brief impact, a repeating pulse, or a distorted on-chip revolution pattern. For vibration analysts, these patterns are clues about how energy is generated, transmitted, and released inside a belt-driven machine. This presentation develops a practical method for recognizing waveform patterns associated with belt damage. The discussion follows established vibration analysis principles consistent with Category 2 training practice. Use the licensed manual and your organization as procedures for formal training, measurement limits, and acceptance criteria. A typical belt drive includes a motor, a driven machine, 2 or more shafts, and 1 or more belts. The belt transfers power through tension and friction, while the shafts guide motion and maintain the required speed relationship. When healthy, vibration is usually stable, with normal running speed components and minor variations from connected machine elements. There is no single waveform representing every healthy belt drive. Diagnosis begins with a reliable baseline. Record running speed, load, belt type, shaft arrangement, measurement location, and measurement direction. Whenever possible, compare measurements taken at the same speed and load. A waveform captured during startup, coast down, or a major low changes hold not be compared casually with a steady-state baseline. The time waveform shows vibration amplitude as it changes with time. The spectrum shows energy distributed by frequency. For belt damage, both views are useful, but they answer different questions. The waveform shows whether energy arrives smoothly, impulsively, evenly, or at irregular intervals. A clean sinusoidal waveform rises and falls smoothly, often indicating a relatively steady rotating force. Running speed imbalance or misalignment may contribute to this appearance in a belt drive. Sharp, narrow peaks added at regular intervals indicate rapid releases of energy. Possible sources include a damaged belt section, split, cracked tooth, loose component, or another impacting source. Diagnosis requires timing, location, spectrum, phase, operating information, and physical inspection. Before interpreting a pattern, confirm the measurement. Use a sensor and mounting method appropriate for the machine and frequency range. A loose magnet, poor contact, damaged cable, or inconsistent angle can create false impacts and unstable readings. Measure horizontal, vertical, and axial directions when practical, especially near motor and driven shaft bearings. Check that the instrument is not overloaded and that the waveform is not clipped at the top or bottom. Set frequency range and sampling rate high enough to capture the event of interest. The time record must be long enough to show several repetitions of the suspected event. If an event occurs every 2 seconds, a fraction of a second record cannot reveal its repetition rate. Confirm whether amplitude is displayed as peak, peak-to-peak, or root mean square. The belt rotational frequency can be estimated from belt speed divided by belt length. Calculate the expected frequency from the actual drive, then compare it with the measured signal. One complete belt circuit may take considerably longer than one shaft revolution. For tooth head belts, tooth mesh frequency equals the number of pulley teeth multiplied by pulley rotational frequency. For V-belts, slip, tension variation, and wear may spread energy across a range of frequencies. A localized belt defect often produces a repeating impact, a narrow spike followed by damped oscillation. The spike represents sudden excitation. The oscillation represents the structure responding at one or more natural frequencies. Measure the interval between several consecutive impacts, then estimate repetition frequency from the inverse of that interval. A single spike is not enough to identify belt damage. The impact could come from a loose guard, cable, bearing, foundation, or measurement artifact. A cracked belt section can change stiffness abruptly as it passes over a sheave. If damage is localized, the event may repeat once per belt revolution. Several damaged areas can create additional impacts within the same belt cycle. Uneven patching may suggest multiple defects, irregular wear, slip, looseness, or interaction with another component. A damaged spliche or poorly jointed section can create a strong periodic pulse. Some belts naturally contain joints or marked sections, so compare the pattern with belt design information. Hard spots or local stiffness variation may create a broad repeating envelope instead of a sharp impact. Belt wear can create rough, irregular vibration as friction varies and the belt alternately grips and releases. When slip is present, event timing may change with load, especially during acceleration or higher torque demand. Insufficient tension can allow belt flutter, slip, and poor engagement with the sheaves. Excessive tension increases radial load on bearings and shafts and may elevate running speed vibration. Do not interpret belt tension from vibration alone. Verify it with the correct mechanical method. Belt misalignment can produce an asymmetric waveform, with one direction showing much higher vibration. Axial vibration may be elevated near the sheaves, with on-chip revolution components and harmonics. A smooth on-chip revolution pattern is not automatically evidence of belt damage. Imbalance, eccentric sheaves, bend shafts, and misalignment can all produce strong running speed motion. An eccentric sheave creates a on-chip revolution change in belt tension and a repeating low frequency modulation. Use a tachometer or phase reference to determine whether an event maintains a fixed angular position. If timing follows the belt circuit, suspect a belt localized feature. If it follows a sheave, suspected rotating component. Loose components can generate impacts when the machine moves under rotating force. A loose guard may produce a loud but non-repeatable signal that changes when the guard or operating condition changes. A loose sheave or bushing may produce running speed harmonics, impacts, and phase instability. For toed head belts, a healthy drive produces a regular toed mesh pattern, often modulated by pulley rotation. A missing, cracked, or damaged toed can create a stronger event at a predictable position in the toed sequence. Toed mesh frequency alone does not provide toed damage. Compare amplitude, harmonics, sidebands, impacts, and baseline. A damaged tensioner or idler can imitate belt damage and introduce another rotational frequency. Calculate or estimate the speed of each pulley and idler before assigning a frequency to the belt. The strongest response directly at an idler bearing shifts suspicion toward the idler. Read the spectrum and waveform together. Frequency identifies repetition. The waveform shows how the event arrives. Sidebands are evenly spaced frequencies around a primary component and often indicate modulation. In the waveform, modulation appears as a hanging envelope around higher frequency vibration. Envelope analysis can reveal repeated impacts, but it must be checked against the raw waveform and machine information. A practical sequence begins by deciding whether the signal is steady, periodic, modulated, or random. Next, estimate repetition interval and compare it with shaft, sheave, belt, tooth mesh, and bearing frequencies. Can compare directions and locations, and observe how the pattern changes with operating condition. Form a diagnosis with a confidential level rather than making an unsupported statement. A stronger conclusion connects repeated impacts, calculated bell frequency, location, spectrum, and load response. If a low guard produces a similar pattern, the correct recommendation is verification, not immediate replacement. A controlled cost down can help determine whether vibration follows a rotating frequency, provided safety procedures are followed. Never test an unwarded rotating machine without approved isolation, safety procedures, and qualified personnel. Trend analysis adds another dimension. Increasing belt-related peaks and waveform impacts may indicate progressive deterioration. A trend without operating context can lead to the wrong conclusion, so record machine condition every time. A belt-related waveform must also be interpreted alongside bearings, alignment, looseness, foundation, and electrical effects. When frequencies overlap, time behavior and location become especially valuable. Consider a fan with a bell frequency of approximately 4 cycles per second and impacts every quarter second. The initial interpretation is a belt-related repeating event, but possible causes include belt, CAV, tension, or idler problems. A second examples how smooth motor speed vibration, high axial response, and no clear impacts at calculated bell frequency. This evidence points more toward pulley misalignment, eccentricity, or another rotating force problem than a localized track. A third example shows irregular bursted become severe as fan load increases, with polished marks indicating slip. The maintenance response should address bell selection, alignment, tension, CAV condition, and operating load. Classify findings as normal, developing, or urgent using approved severity guidance and historical data. A normal condition has a stable waveform, no unexplained growth, and patterns consistent with the baseline. A developing condition shows baseline change, intermittent impacts, or an emerging belt-related frequency. An urgent condition may include severe impacts, belt jumping, rapid growth, or loss of engagement. Do not set universal alarm limits from a single waveform. Limits depend on machine design, location, speed, load, and standards. Document the evidence and the action. Inspect belt damage, tension, alignment, CAVs, idlers, and bearings. After maintenance, collect a verification measurement under a comparable operating condition. Confirm that the repeating impact has been reduced or removed and that no new problem has appeared. Common mistakes include expecting every belt fault to create a bell frequency peak. Another mistake is assuming every bell frequency peak indicates damage. Do not ignore the time waveform because the spectrum appears clean. Do not focus only on amplitude. Timing, repetition, location, and baseline change are equally important. Do not use an inadequate time record or diagnosis from one measurement point. Inspection identifies condition. The strongest decisions come from vibration evidence combined with physical inspection. Confirm speed and load, sensor location, mounting, waveform quality, repetition interval, and expected frequencies. Compare waveform and spectrum, check directions and locations, observe load response, inspect the drive, and document evidence. A smooth curve may distribute steady force. A sharp pulse may distribute impact. A changing envelope may distribute modulation. the meaning is not contained in one shape alone. It emerges from timing, physics, and context. Ask what repeats, how often it repeats, where it is strongest, and whether it follows belt or shaft motion. Ask whether the pattern changes with load, whether it is stable, and what physical condition could create it. Abel stretches, flexes, grips, slips, loads bearings, and interacts with every shaft and idler. Waveform analysis makes these interactions easier to understand because it preserves the timing of vibration events. Build a baseline, verify the measurement, calculate expected frequencies, compare waveform and spectrum, and inspect the machine. When applied consistently, waveform analysis can reveal belt deterioration before visible damage becomes obvious. It can distinguish localized belt defects from misalignment, looseness, shaft problems, and bearing faults. Most importantly, it supports better decisions. Inspect the right component, schedule work appropriately, and restore the drive with confidence. The objective is not simply to recognize a waveform. It is to understand what the machine is communicating. Respond before a small belt problem becomes a larger reliability event.